Boat Security and Safety Group, James Ensor. Oh, there's a whole team of you.
Now, can we ask that the staff please run this presentation of ours through, please?
Sure.
And I'll just raise my hand when we want to change it.
Great.
Sorry, I'm not aware of Sorry, we don't have that loaded yet. Was it your submission or did you have an actual presentation?
You're not going to be able to run it through.
We will, once we've got it.
Did you send it through?
Yeah, we'd like to just run it through and talk to it as we go
Is
through.
it just the submission that you sent through? Is
Yes,
that
that's
what you
right.
want
Yeah,
up?
that's right. That's what we
Okay,
want. Yeah.
it's the submission.
Yeah.
Okay, if you start talking, it will take 2 minutes to load.
This. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to take a couple of minutes to load it. So, do you want us to start?
Yeah. Eden, do you want to talk a wee bit about the breakwater?
But we have it in front of us on our own screens.
Yeah. It's tricky to talk about it without the diagrams.
Well, we can wait for a minute.
Yeah.
No pressure, Sam.
We really appreciate the opportunity to Mrs. Mayor and Chief Executive and all the councillors. We have had a lot of support from you over the time, and we just feel that this process has been stalled and not gone as rapidly as we'd like, and we feel that the new plans have not really covered some of the issues which we're going to raise today.
Right, here we go.
Right. So the first one here is 1993, the OSOL plan, and that's how long our process has been going. Can you run it through? Yeah. Now this is the timeline. You can see the timeline, and there's been no progress on the ground. Run it through. Yeah. Now, 5,025 people supported us in our boat safety group, which was set up by Paula Smith, to give safety improvements and get it right, because we've been 4 attempts at building structures and they've all been a complete failure. The Christine Bow project, which we applied for in March 18, and that was for funding, and we got $10.6 million, which we applied for 10 and got that, and we're really thrilled with the funding we've got. Yep. And then Paula Smith set up this Environs 357 project, which was to get support, which is what we've done, and we've run through the from there. And now the consent stuff, you can run through that really quickly, please. And we want to get to near the end of that. That's the plan for the spur breakwater, which we want to see repaired. Next one, please. And there's the engineering price for repairing that from earthquake damage, which is still current apart from freight, as we were indicated this last week by the company. Yeah, next one. Now the funding, we're unhappy with this. The funding that's there does not cover the money we got. We got total support from Carleen Edwards, the Chief Executive, the Mayor, and all of the councillors present for the $10.6 million. And in that plan, you're only showing that amount, $7 million, including a whole lot of other things. So there's insufficient funding to actually do a proper job there. Next one, please. Now, this one here shows the Jocelyn plan done by the council, and it shows how good the spare breakwater was at the time prior to the earthquake. And that's what we need replaced, because it actually is vital to the safety of operators in that area. Now, this is our plan which we've got, which is a new plan, and it's within the consented area. It's back in further, and it actually is a very, very good plan. I've got Eden here, she's going to say a few words to it, please.
Yes, well, the breakwaters are major. That's what we've been sort of advocating for since this group started. And the council did a series of drawings which were put out for public consultation, and it was generally approved that the bigger breakwater was the desirable one for the boating community. Anyway, and that was forwarded through, and then the council came back with a much smaller breakwater, which didn't fit the purpose. And this is a drawing we've come up with engineering advice. And the spit that's there now, there's talk from the council designers of that being removed, and it's just beyond us that why you would move something that's been put in there and worked, it's settled in the earthquakes, it's settled, and it just needs building up. It's even doing a good job now, but if it was back to its original state, and James has gone through the costings on that, it would. And then just extend that into that breakwater that's out the front, that would give that whole waterfront protection.
Eden's a very experienced builder. His company built the Hokitika Bridge. It gives you some idea of how they can build structures, so he's very lucky to have him on board. Tony Whiteley's been involved in Littleton area all his life, and he's been a harbour master, worked for Environment Canterbury. He's just going to say a few words about that.
Yes, the breakwater itself is the...
Take it off.
It's a bit better, isn't it? Yes. No, the breakwater itself is a good idea, that one, the new one there. It covers all areas where the wind can blow from the southwest and right round through to the south, and it's good. And it's covering the area too. The only bit it doesn't extend to is further up where the other part is up by where the
Yacht clubbers.
the yacht club is, yes. Yeah. So, but that's a good alternative, I think, anyway. And it does cover most of the angles, safety angles on this area.
Thank you. Can we next one, please? Next one, please. Now, this is showing you a spur breakwater. At medium tide to high tide, it sunk, and it actually lets the waves rolling around there, and the easterly and northeasterly waves come in there 4 to 5 days a week, so it's really essential. Even southeasterly come in there as well, and we would like to see that reinstated for $500,000 and fix it. It would make a huge difference. We wouldn't have believed when they built it in 2000 it would be anywhere near as effective as what it was. It was there to protect the ramps and also protect the marina. Marina's gone, but we still need to protect the ramps. We can't walk away from that. And the council plan, if you shorten the back halfway, is going to be very ineffective. Next one, please. There's another one there. You can see the waves just rolling there and come around the ramps. Next one, please. And you can see what it's like. Trying to retrieve boats out of the water when the waves are coming in is plain dangerous, and it's really hopeless. And our plan also had some pontoons at the ramp, which is what was envisaged in our $10 million plan we had. It's probably less than that now, but you can see why it's so important to keep the waves out. Now, I'd just like to ask that our new plan is considered seriously. I'd also like to refer to Catherine Chu, who sent a message to say, you guys, well done. Thank you very much for that. She was the only person we heard from. And our group would like to get the Chief Executive, Dawn, to call a meeting of either 4 to 6 councillors or all of the councillors to a workshop with our marine specialist engineers, which we've got, who come up with our plan and share some of the information with them, because we think it's really essential the councillors get on board. They've supported the money. We've done nothing with it, and we've gone to a lot of consultation, and we don't believe the outcome of that consultation is going to work for the community. And we represent the ratepayers. We had 300 people at our workshop, and so we've done a lot of work to find out what the community want. And we want the ratepayers to sign off something they're going to feel happy with and they can sleep at night with, because at present it's not the case.
I'm sorry, but when I read your submission, I couldn't quite see the connection with the Naval Point draft development plan. So where does this fit within that?
We got in March 18, we got $10 million to do a breakwater and a pontoon at the ramp, which we saw the pictures of there, which is part of
the Naval Point development plan that's been signed off.
Yes, that is for the car park and all of that facility, but the final bit of it wasn't signed off at the community board meeting, which was for the breakwater and work around the ramp. It hasn't been signed off yet.
Okay, all right. I thought it was part of it, but
it is part of it, and it was approved as a provisional plan of what was going to happen.
Right.
But we were led to believe it, and December last year, that it's still not been finally approved, but it's been out with all the consultation with the council plans and things they put out.
Okay.
Is that right, Andrew?
But you're part of that consultation process?
Yes, that's right. Could Andrew?
Yeah, Andrew.
So, James, let me put this to you as a question. So thanks for the presentation. I mean, we've heard from you a number of times over the years with, very detailed, obviously you put a lot of work into what you're presenting to us. So thank you for that. You were at the community board meeting where the Naval Point Development Plan was approved, and you were part of the conversations. You actually made a deputation to that meeting, where we made it very clear there was further work to do on the technical design for the breakwater and these water safety elements that you've presented on so well over the years. You've obviously come to us with a new reworked proposal today. Have you shared that with Christine Bow and the project team? And if you have, what feedback have you had on it?
We sent it to Christine Bow when we sent the annual plan, which she asked for our new information we've got this year, and she's got that, and we've had no feedback from that team at all.
Yeah, I mean, my interest would be to make sure that what you've presented today is included in that process that the project team are running, which is looking at these water safety considerations and the technical design for the breakwater. There's a lot of work our staff are doing, and this is really useful as a consideration to feed into that. But that's really where it joins up with where we're at with the community board and council decision making on this project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just feel there's one problem. All of the community board members and a large number of probably councillors here even don't use that facility 2 or 3 times a week. And when you do that, you see all these things happening and you realise how important this structure is to the ratepayers of Christchurch. And we're the only area in Canterbury that's got facilities that can be used all tide.
Yeah,
So
and
that's why that is so
That's
important.
why the project team and the development plan approach is being dealt with before it comes back to council. So I think your suggestion that some of us meet with you separately of that process probably isn't going to add value. It would be better that there is a representations at the conclusion of the process, which you must be involved in.
Well, we're hoping today, we've got a meeting with some staff today to go through some of this information, which we think is really important. And we hope that preempts this, getting the engineers. We've got some really top people that have been involved in the viaduct base in Auckland, the port recovery plan with the earthquake repairs there, and also an engineer that's been involved in the marine side of it for Littleton Harbour for 50 years as well. So those 3 specialists need to be involved in this process.
I think this council has been, very clear that we are very interested in hearing from local community about local knowledge and local solutions as part of our planning processes. So, look, thank you very much for making your presentation today. I'm glad you got a meeting with staff today. That's a very good next step, and we'll see how the Naval Point development proceeds. So thank you very much.
Well, we're very pleased with what Christine Bow and the team have done over at Naval Point in tidying up as well. It's been superb.
Yeah. And
Thank you
Sail
much.
GP will be sailing away next year. So,
Thank you very much, everybody.
thank you. And the